Divine Feminines for your bonus read for March. I had to think about it then. March. Gee, we're almost into April. Yes, we will have lives for the joint connection. If you do want to see those come through, click the bell on the premiere and you will be notified of when I'm live. We do have super chats after the session as well. Now, without further ado, let's have a look at your bonus read for March. And what I see coming through for you now, I had to sit there and really think about the title of this video because it's almost like a heartbeat coming through with your reading. I feel you're having revelations and breakthroughs. I do feel there could be a very busy end of the month energy that is playing out, and you may need to get your bearings, but I do feel it's as you deal with one thing, there's another thing going on. And this could really frizzle your nerves. So as much as possible, try to stay as grounded as you can and rational, even though that's going to be pretty difficult. I do feel a lot of you are looking to the past. Your crowning energy, so we can get into a close-up view. There is this energy of unhappiness at the moment. Now, does it mean you're miserable? No, not at all. I feel you're having a revelation as to what makes you happy and what doesn't. And, healing is not fun, but there's something to do with the goal that I feel you're going to have a breakthrough with psychologically, and you're going to have a little bit more clarity moving in through this last energy into April as to where you are going. At the moment, it does feel, especially this month, has been quite transformative. And I still feel we're trying to gain our bearings, especially through this read, that the woman in the card is holding the star. Now, I do particularly feel that it's not there and that you're not going to have it. It's that at the moment, the emotion and the frustration of not having whatever that dream is has left you feeling confused, feeling almost perplexed by why has it not arrived yet? Could that be in relation to your twin flame path? Yes, it could be. But there also could be some very separate situations going on where you're working at it, but you're also questioning, okay, what is your image of, the pinnacle of your life and where you want to be? What are those goals? And I'm noticing a lot of psychic downloads, but it does feel by making a sacrifice, you're going to have a revelation of how to get that happiness. And I feel it's almost like the hangman in tarot for some reason, that you're intentionally making certain sacrifices to achieve your goals, but you are going to get the star card. We're going to go into a close-up view. Now, to the past, we have yin. And I feel there's a balance. I feel it's almost like you're taking the bull by the horns and you're ready to address some things. This can also be towards other feminines, beauty, the way you look, wanting to change those things. You're not who you were yesterday, and 100% we never are. I do get this vibe, though, that you're becoming more assertive. And this assertive energy, initially, it's in the heart of hearts, you've got a never-ending story. I love that show. I feel you're like, okay, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to create this new vibration. I'm going to cut things out, be it it's an attitude, be it it's circumstances. I'm going to dig in and get the work done. I know what I want and I'm willing to do the work for the bigger picture and the outcome. Some of you can be coming into this with, how could I put it? Deep despair emotions. There could be victim consciousness that comes up. And, these are stages we all go through. You're perfectly within your right to have the feelings that you feel. Never-ending story. Sometimes we're quite spiritually disillusioned because there is this binding contract between both individuals. Yet on the 3D of what we see, and I was coaching a client the other day and we were talking about the different energies within a karmic vibration and a person who's moving through an awakening. An awakened soul will work with the 5D, the 4D, the 3D, and we will use all in an educated way to be emotionally adult with that to the best of our ability, and try to not personalize it. Try to find the deeper meaning why synchronistic situations are coming through. That doesn't mean to say we don't fall into this kind of a box of going, gee whiz, this is happening to me. This always happens to me. Why is this happening to me? When can I get my star? When can I have my lucky break and my outcome? Some of us are going to see where some problems are. Now, where could it land? I feel it could be in attitudes. I feel it could be to do with healthy boundaries. There can be external situations also playing out that are adding to that. Our uncertainty in the past, which is more the 4D energy. Be aware of that 4D energy. If it's something you're jumping into quite a bit, especially with the transits being ever so heavy, it could be that it's trying to clear it for you so that your frequency is lighter. It doesn't mean this is the outcome and that's all it's going to be. For twins, when they are going through this, it's generally for a bigger picture. So always trust the process. But there can be something that you're willing to chop out. There can be some sacrifices you're willing to. And some of you are definitely saying, look, if this person can actually prioritize a relationship, show up and be healthy, I'm down for it. But I'm not going to be the one on this side of the fence that is totally required at all times to just cut everything out of my life for this person. Now, what could that look like? Answering phone calls at 1 o'clock in the morning, pushing your plans and obligations to the side at a drop of a hat because, divine masculine has contacted you. Now, these problems won't just come from that one side. They can subtly come through with other close connections with us. But I get this vibe that you're like, okay, look, bigger picture, willing to make the sacrifice. I've come this far. Surely all of this healing has been for nothing. No, it can't be for nothing. There's got to be something. When am I going to cut through? And I feel there's an emotion almost like that moving back into runner mode. Some of you are going to run towards things and move into circumstances that are challenging and tuck in, dig through, get to the other side. Some of you are just going to want to run for the hills. I'm just being perfectly honest. We're human. Whatever is not for you, and usually, this is the crazy thing. Some of us are wanting our fortune. Like, look at the fortune cookie. Not for you. It's like, is this impacting my health? Is there something I can do? Maybe this twin flame path isn't for me. Maybe this job isn't for me. However this is playing out for you, I feel fortune is changing in your favor. But when things are blocked, it's because it's the other person's energy that needs to do some work in a particular cycle. And it's not necessarily personal at all times, okay? So I will be backtracking, channeling, and really getting into the dirt of what these things actually are at a deeper level. Yeah, it's almost like there's no help, there's no support. There could be just very, very heavy dynamics. But I do feel this is a heartbeat. I do feel you're going to be dealing with one thing, then another. So these vibrations are coming through due to that. And you're pulled in multiple directions. You're trying to prioritize your own needs. You're fretting that interferences are going to come in between you and, you and your life. You could be turning in towards your friends. This could be community as well. You could be turning into, communities and friendship groups for added support. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, a lot of us collectively, especially from a spiritual point of view, Saturn has only just this month entered into Pisces. We spiritually are really going to be questioning, okay, are we just talking about the same things? Are we just doing the same things? Is this going to change? And it really takes me back to around late 2017, 18, we had Chiron and Pisces. And a lot of twins were on social media, all communicating, all in the connection, or directly seeing their twins regularly. We're coming back to this, but more from a Saturnian perspective of a maturity. And that's what we're really going to see coming through at this point, is attracting mature individuals, mature masculines, mature vibrations of ourselves. But we could initially feel very disillusioned and just not believing and becoming very 3D. And the thing to remember is 3D, 4D, and 5D exist always. So can some of you be saying to yourself, was I just codependent? Yes, 100% you could be saying that. Can some of you be saying, was this just a dream? Was the ascension real? Was I feeling that person's vibration? Yes, but you also will hear the collective. because part of your awakening is where you're awakening a psychic gift inside you. So we need to be extremely selective of what we allow in. And a lot of the tips that I give here on YouTube is when you are feeling those vibes and it's giving you a panic attack, to breathe in and blow it out and trust the process. And it's so that you're working more effectively as an energy worker and an individual who is ascending, so that your aura is protected. Some coil is coming full 180. It's coming towards you. And I do think those of you that are non-believers may have a revelation. Let's get into clarifiers. Let's have a look. Okay, so, yep, definitely feel the stars coming. Yep, fortune is favoring you. Those that believe will succeed. I just get, look, even when we don't believe, sometimes it still comes. Do you know what I mean? So there's cycles we go through, but there is some blessings coming your way, Divine Feminine. I do feel this to be positive. You could have two options. This also, one thing I have noticed over the years is sometimes when you get two individuals popping up in your reading, it can mean that there are two individuals and two paths that are keen on you. However, it also can be that counterpart has transformed and they're a totally different person. And you have to go back to your twin flame path and think back to all the reconnections and how that person was never the same individual at any given time. So they definitely are constantly evolving, and so are we. And that's because part of the awakening process is there for such. Some of us also are feeling as though nothing can be taken from you, dolls. Like in the heart of hearts, you know deep down you can never lose what is truly yours. That for some of you has been making you quite upset because you think that the ascension and the emotions are going to be the same vibration for the rest of your life. No, it will not be. It will not be. That's why the work is done. There is a healing here. There is somebody also, maybe somebody is caring for somebody. Maybe we also are feeling unprioritized because we're put to the back burner while other things are taking precedent. I do feel there is divine masculine is wanting to come in and heal this. And, you know, love will set you free. Like I really do feel moving into the heart space and loving yourself and just honoring the fact that you potentially could be saying, this is a real hard week. You know, this is feeling a bit funky. This is feeling confusing. I do feel they're feeling you pull away, and they're not here to hurt you. Let me put it that way. They are not here in this read to hurt you. My guides are also saying if you feel very confused, don't rush. Slow down. Absorb the information of what's coming in psychically. They're also making reference to those of you in communication, be vulnerable with your counterpart. You don't have to be perfect. You can be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Something is going to make you very happy, though. Something is shifting, and I do feel some of you could get communication. Some of you, a family and tribe-related karmic situation is wrapping up. Oh, okay. Your commitment and faith to this circumstance is going to benefit you in the long run. At a foundation level, we do have a message being shown to me where, how would I explain it? Something to do with karmic justice. Yeah, karmic justice, like third time lucky, I'm hearing. Lesson learned on divine masculine side. I definitely see that a lot of you are going to see other people in your circle, in your friendship groups, you know, people maybe that aren't as aware of maybe awakenings and things to that degree. I do feel that you can be coming out of a storm and people are going to really be pulling you in many directions, you know. part of your awakening and your experience is there to aid you and to aid the energies around you. But you're definitely going to be seeing people going through a hard time. This can be almost dragging your aura down. I'd definitely say, do an aura clearing. Get grounded, know that you're going to be busy. If you're getting down and you're feeling very negative towards your path, take a moment, really listen to your intuition. If you're feeling like, you just need some time out and to connect with nature, do such. I do feel this communication coming in. If you're struggling with a circumstance, those of you who are in communication with your counterpart, don't feel guilty about being extremely transparent, because I do feel even sometimes the most difficult conversations can come up trumps. I do feel you're going to have a breakthrough. So if you are having a challenging week, I can say don't run into it, because your outcome is success. Love and light. I'll see you for the life of the joint connection. Can't wait to see what comes through for this, especially with the channeled messages that have come through for masculine, feminine, and karmic. Take care, beautifuls, and I'll see you next week.